今回は、ドジャースがまさかの連敗。しかも、その試合後、デーブ・ロバーツ監督が語った言葉が、ファンの間でちょっとした話題になっています。それでは、行ってみましょう。日本時間4月9日、ナショナルズとのアウェー戦に臨んだロサンゼルス。ドジャースは、序盤の大量失点が響き、最終スコア4、9で敗戦。マウンドに上がったのはジャスティン。ロブレスキ投手。登板内容は5回8安打8失点。3四球、4奪三振、87球中58ストライク。防御率は 14.40 と、なかなかの爆発力を発揮しました。しかし、試合後のロバーツ監督は、そんなロブレスキ投手に対し意外な言葉を口にします。
I agree with Gonzo. You really like looking at it. Probably the best thing to do is if your pot has just to stay at first base. I always thought that play should be at infield fly. I know the rule first and second. If that happens right there, it's called infield fly. The batter's out. They should have that for the runner on first because he's in no man's land. I'm being corrected right now by
your dad,
Jerry Hairston Sr., who's watching right there, always watching. Yeah, but he said Mike Squires, left-handed first baseman, also caught a few games in 1983 for the Chicago White Sox. So thanks, Dad. Thanks for correcting me.
That's right. See, and good on you for sharing that information because I've always thought it was a little odd that you can't have a left-handed catcher.
Well, they're different, John. The lefties, you know, they're crazy.
Let's go back to D.C. Dave Roberts with Kirsten and the media.
Dave, when you look at a game like this, is this one in which you just kind of have to turn the page?
Yeah, I think that's a good start. Obviously, we got behind early, and, I still felt good about it. I thought, I expected, Justin to kind of reset. And, in that second or third inning, we had two outs on 2 strikes on Cruz, 0-2. And then, we leave a slider up, and then we get the 3 walks in a row. And Caber gets the 2-out hit and just kind of blew it open. And, I think to his credit, though, Justin, he got through 5 and allowed us to use 2 pitchers to find a way to salvage the series. Offensively, certainly you don't feel good about striking out 15 times in a game, and just kind of up and down the lineup, just the at-bat quality. We're just not having team at-bats. I think sporadically, I thought, Pajes took some good at-bats today, but I think just kind of in totality, just the at-bats collectively haven't been team at-bats, and the results are showing.
With Justin, he obviously had a fantastic spring, and even his first outing in AAA was a really solid one. What do you think, just with his outing today, wasn't translating for him?
I don't know. I don't think he got in the rhythm tonight. The fastball command wasn't there. I think the slider, the breaking ball just wasn't consistent as far as the sharpness, the teeth to the pitches. When he did get count leverage, he couldn't put him away. And obviously he made a couple bad pitches to Wood there.
There's a couple guys who were off to slow starts offensively. Do you think that maybe it's part of maybe guys pressing, trying to get some out of a slower start to the season is probably why some non-team at-bats and stuff like that tonight?
That might be the case, but, with a veteran-laden team, that shouldn't be a cause for panic. Appreciating the fact that there's a lot of season left and just continue to take good at-bats. And, the first pitch, soft contact outs, expanding of the strike zone, that's just not, what good hitters do. And so I just think that, each night there's a performance or two that's really good, but collectively we just haven't been synced up, and that's why I think the offense has been pretty sporadic.
I know you don't want to use weather as an excuse, but there's got to be a correlation between 45 degrees of rain on this trip and losing 4 out of 5, right?
Yeah, I have a hard time kind of conceding that one. The cold front came in, the weather came in the Northeast for both clubs. And so the weather's been fine up until when we got out here on this East Coast swing. So they had to deal with the same conditions. And I don't think the weather was a result of, punching 15 times where and they didn't. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I was cold, certainly, but the weather doesn't play any favorites.
ロブレスキは5回87球を投げて被安打8、与え四球3、8失点と苦しい内容。特に3回にはスライダーのコマンドミスと3連続四球が重なり、一気に流れを失った。ロブレスキ自身もインタビューに答え。
Justin, you had an excellent spring. You had an excellent start in AAA to start this year. Just when you look at this outing, is this one that you just kind of turn the page, or what do you think was maybe leading to maybe the lack of results out there today?
Yeah, obviously, anytime you have an outing like this, you got to turn the page. It's a quick game. Just got to roll with it. It's a long season. There's always opportunities to bounce back and do things like that. I just think, for whatever reason today, stuff just didn't feel great. Command wasn't where it should be. It's frustrating to have that kind of result when I've been throwing the ball good. So try to take the positives, and if there are any, and keep it moving.
Last year you did have an experience similar to this. What's the benefit of going through this before at this level and knowing that you can get past it?
Yeah, I mean it's tough. Obviously you don't want to have to go through it, but obviously there's some things I need to clean up. Just need to go back, look through it, talk to some coaches, talk to some people, just kind of really nail down what I need to do to get better and make the jump that I know I can make. So,
what kind of challenges does James Ford present in the box?
Yeah, he was just on stuff early. I mean, I think both of them were on the first pitch. So, I mean, it's just he's a great player, good hitter. Obviously, he did his thing tonight.
What were you told about how long this opportunity might last with Blake on the IL?
Yeah, you kind of never, I don't know, you don't really get that kind of info. Just come up here, try to do my job. Whenever they give me the ball, just continue to try to get better each outing and, get through this one. This one's tough, it hurts, it sucks when you're a competitor and, you don't want this to happen, but at the end of the day, it's just about doing your job when you're called upon, and today I didn't do a good job of that. So just continuing to make the most of whatever opportunities I'm given the rest of the year, and then we keep going.
How cold was it out there? How tough was that?
Really cold, but there's no excuse. They had to play in it too, and I had a tough one, so it's part of it.
日本時間4月9日、ナショナルズとのアウェー戦に臨んだロサンゼルス。ドジャースは序盤の大量失点が響き、最終スコア4、9で敗戦。確かに、162試合の長丁場で焦りは禁物。しかし、次戦以降、ロブレスキ投手の再登板があるとすれば、今度こそ、爆発、ではなく、安定した投球を期待したいところです。もしこの動画が面白いと思ったら、高評価、コメント、チャンネル登録もよろしくお願いします。